homemade fish and chips, because a lot of people making fish and chip wrong. And I'm going to show you the right way how to make this lovely fish and chips.
What is? Huh?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you. So you see most people making their fish and chips wrong. All right. We're going to get into this and I'm going to show you step by step how we deal with this. One of the things I'm going to start work on is the sauce. So we're kind of working like backward in a different way. So instead of doing the fish and let the fish sit down and wait until you finish your tartar sauce and stuff like that, we're gonna do it a little bit different. Okay. All right, what I'm gonna make now, we're gonna make up some tartar sauce. All right, and I'm gonna put some chives in this. This is for two people. We have some mayo inside there, and I have some chives. The next thing to speed things up, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my oven on. And the reason why I'm doing that, because we're going to try knock this out as quick as possible. So we have some asparagus. We're going to use this as vegetables. What I'm going to do then, we're going to pause the tartar sauce a little bit. And we're going to work on the potato. So get your potato. You can wash them off. You can leave the skin on it. If you want to leave the skin on it, it's up to you. At times, I rather remove the skin. Leaving the skin on is personal preference. Just give them a good wash. Okay, meanwhile I'm doing that, I'm just gonna get a tray. We have our pot over here with our oil, and I'm gonna get something to help with this. We're making fish and chips today, homemade fish and chips. All right, we're gonna work on our potato, which we're gonna use to make the chips. Sometimes these can take a little bit longer than the fish, but you don't want to cook the fish and then waiting on the chips. to avoid your knife from stuck in when you're doing this. With potato, if you do put the knife flat, the knife gonna stuck on the potato. Once you put the knife here, just run it through once and you get through that hurdle. So again, it depends on how thick you want your chips. All right. I want my pot, the oil to hot, but not really very, very hot. All right. And we're going to turn our oil up a little bit. As I said, I'm going to do this totally different from what you may be seeing. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of put our chips in here. And we're going to kind of shock the chips. We're going to do it different. So I'm going to turn this up a bit. For those of you just coming on, I'm making homemade fish and chips. I see a lot of people making fish and chips wrong. I'm going to show you an easier way. So what I'm doing now, see here, I'm going to remove the chips. They're not ready. What I'm doing is shocking them, like blanching them. So at the moment they have a coat of oil over it. So we're going to leave them there a little bit. And then we're going to bring the oil up to temperature. What we're going to finish working on now, the tartar sauce. We have ketchup, mayo here. If you want to put a bit of creme fraiche in, go for it. We're going to put about half of onion in this. Cut them very fine. Thank you very much. How I'm making this, that's personal preference. All right. We're gonna put about 2 cloves of garlic in that. We're gonna press this. The reason why you have to do it like this, you don't want, when you cook your fish, you want, when you take it out, you know, the fish must be nice and crispy, so you can't leave it sit down there to get soggy. We have some gherkins, some pickled gherkins here. We have about 4 of them. I like mine a little bit chunky. So we're going to make our homemade tartar sauce to go with our homemade fish and chips. Thank you very much. So once it comes in, guys, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to double tap the screen to comes up alive. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Linden and welcome to the channel. And for those who are watching the replay, just to let you know you're welcome and I'm happy to have you. So working on our tartar sauce now. Normally I put a bit of parsley in this. I'm just gonna check if I find some parsley or coriander. You know, at times you have to just make it yours. If you don't find it, it's not a big issue. Just use what you have. All right, we're gonna season this. And when I said season, it's just a bit of salt and pepper going in our tartar sauce. You don't need to put a lot of salt in it because the pickled gherkins have a bit of, high tangy and vinegar content. So just to find the balance. So that's our tartar sauce ready. All right, the next thing I'm going to work on now, I just want this to be nice and hot. So I'm going to bring this up to temperature. While bringing that up to temperature, we're going to work on our fish butter. So this thing, what I'm going to do is personal preference. We're going to put a little bit of egg yellow coloring in this. You don't have to, just a little bit. That's just personal preference. Thank you very much. Baking powder, half a teaspoon baking powder. And we're going to go in with some baking soda, half a teaspoon baking soda. You don't want more than that. And we're going to season this, salt and pepper. Next thing what you need to do, we're building flavor. The flour, bit of salt and pepper in the flour. And I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of my Linden all-purpose in this. Grab yourself a whisk. Thank you very much. Now, if you want to put a little bit of egg in it, you can put egg in it, personal preference. I remember when I used to work at a care home, it was known for my fish and chips to be the best fish and chips ever. And when I used to work at some restaurant, we're going to season this a little bit more. What I tend to do to make my fish and chips different, I like a little bit of herbs in this. If you have parsley, chives, I'm going to put some chives in this. Massive difference. All right, so we're going to set that aside. We have some asparagus. I'm just gonna use this as my veg. Just utilizing up what I have. And on this side here, I have a little pot. I'm gonna cut them in half. We're gonna light this. That's our veg. Normally this would use with what you call mushy peas. I don't have any mushy peas, so we're just gonna work with what we have. All right, what I'm gonna do now, we wanna get our chips in. Once you blanch them, we're gonna put them back in this. You notice the oil sound different. The oil sound different. You blanch them a little bit, like shock them, and then you put them back in here. You notice the oil have a total different sound from before. All right. When you make your fish batter, just leave it to relax. That's what it looked like. So that's my fish batter. So the pan, which I'm gonna put the asparagus in, I'm just gonna season it a bit, and we're gonna put him straight in from now. That's just our veg. Next up, we have 2 cod fillet here, lovely cod. We're gonna season this now. Very important. And the reason why I do this, a lot of people, you even try to buy some fish and chips at time, and when you taste it, it's not bad, but just a little bit of salt and pepper go far away. So we're gonna season this. Very important. You don't need to put any all-purpose on this, or unless it's personal preference. All right, season that, let him set there. I have my oven on, and the reason why I have my oven on, because this thing, once it's ready, you're gonna see. I'm gonna make a full video on this. I love the way all these chips coming out. Tomorrow, I want to do a full video on this. All right, I'm waiting on that. While I'm waiting on that, what I'm gonna do on the side here, I'm gonna kind of bread my fish. Just put it in flour like this. Shake off excess flour. We're gonna repeat the same process with this. And then when I'm ready, I'm gonna dip him back in again. So what you're gonna see now is how lovely these chips comes out. Trust me, it doesn't get better than this. Just gonna give you a quick preview. Just look at this. Just keep rotating them. All right, I'm gonna set my oven at about 150 degrees for the time being. And it's always best to do these first because the fish gonna fry so quick. Thank you very much. Once it comes in, guys, thumbs up the live and feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, almost there. So this is what you call a real fish and chips. And look at these. Remember to make these for your kids. Wow. I'm telling you, these impossible to be boring. Make sure you crank your oven up. All right. What we're gonna do now, just season this. We're gonna season it and we're gonna rest it in the oven till our fish and chips ready. Make sure you have a nice hot oven. All right, now the game start now. The rest of chives, I'm gonna put it in my tartar sauce. I did add some red onion here. We'll probably do a couple of onion rings. So we're bringing that up to temperature. So we see how it goes. All right. So with this now, we're gonna drop this back in the flour. And over here, we have our butter. What I'm gonna do, because I want you to see exactly what's going on. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna bring this pot over here. And when I bring this pot, when you see the outcome of this, no one can say I go to the fish and chip shops to buy fish and fried it. All right. With this techniques is very important. Just let me know when you're all ready. Seen this? Drain this. Make sure it submerge. You seen this? We're gonna hold it up like this and hold it. Don't drop it in. You need to just hold it a little bit like this. Then we're gonna release it. Release him. Just gonna use a spoon to move him around. Just put in some oil over this. We're doing one at a time. I have this here. Make sure your oil nice and hot. Just gonna take out a smaller because we want them to drain. So you have this. We're gonna put our fish on that. What I'm gonna do here, just gonna gently just turn him over because I'm using a pot, not a deep fry. So give him a little bit of time. What I'm gonna do meanwhile, we're gonna get our tartar sauce. So this is for 2 person. We have a tartar sauce here, which we made. Just put him in here. Just set yourself up. Just pretend you're working in a restaurant. So you're just gonna get these things set up. So that's our tartar sauce there. The rest, set it aside. All right, we're gonna give him another bit of turn because the fish I'm using cod, which is perfect when you're doing fish and chips. This time's allow me these. We can get some onion rings out of that easily. All right, almost there. I just want them crisp up. This is at this is about 100. Make sure when you're making a fish and chip, make sure it's nice and crispy. All right. See them popping, just releasing the juice in it. Once you see those clear white juice popping, you know what time is it. All right, we're gonna take this out. We're gonna rest in here. Hey, just look at this. Just look at this. See that? It's what you call real fish and chips. The next one, we're gonna dip him in our flour here. All right. We're gonna repeat the same process. And remember, put the thicker part in first, not the thinner part. Drain him. The reason why to drain him that like you don't want a very thick batter over it, just enough. Some people like it, but you know, just hold him up like this. That's what give it that little crust in it, like on it, you know, make it different. So this is why I said a lot of people making their fish and chips wrong. This is the best way to make your fish and chips. We'll lay him in like that. We're gonna release him slow. This one's a little bit bigger. Why I'm doing this, also the techniques, the bigger part, you know, it will eventually work out to cook as the other part. We're gonna release him. Just gonna use a spoon because the pot not long enough, but it's perfect. It's doing the job. We're gonna spoon the oil over the top. So we're working him. All right, just give him a bit of turn. You don't want them to cook nice and even. What I might do, because I have the butter here, you know, you can either, you don't have to pull this off. You can just put them inside here. Just a couple onion rings. You don't need a lot. These are bits. Thank you very much. Just gonna run these in a little bit of flour. Just utilizing up the butter, which I have. Get some onion ring going. While I'm here, I'm just looking on the fish. Gonna give him another turn. So this one is a little bit bigger. I'm very pleased with the color on this. We're gonna have 2 plates here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try squeeze these on the side here. Bit of onion ring. This one almost ready. $85. Let's give him a little bit more minutes, couple more minutes. So that's your onion ring. 2 of them already good to go. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna remove this fish. Now we're gonna plate him up. Remember the chips is in the oven, so I'm gonna take him out in a bit now. One of the things when you're doing this, once you wash your hands, be careful, wash it off and dry them properly, because guess what happens? The water, you don't want it catching this now. All right, so that's nice and crispy. This one, we're just gonna make it crispy him up back. We're not frying him, we're just gonna crisp it up back. And I'm gonna show you how we execute this now. We're gonna plate him up. Show you how you plate up a fish and chips. If you ever show me at any time you've seen any chips look like this, homemade, just let me aware of it. All right, we're gonna plate this up now. Remember, this is fish and chips, so you want to see, must look like it's chips on the plate. Look at that. We're gonna spread them out. Leave a space for the tartar sauce. I'm gonna show you something else. We have the asparagus here. We're just gonna use this as our vegetable. I'm just using a little bit of this because it's soft, so just a little bit of butter over that. Little bit of butter over the asparagus. All right, you see with your fish now. Just gonna take your fish and we're gonna put him right on the top of the chips, like that. Then you have your tartar sauce there. And just some asparagus just for color on the side. Just couple onions. Don't need more than about 2 onions on the side here. All right. Now let me know when you're ready. Just look at this. Now this is what I said you're making fish and chips wrong. Look at this beauty here. Nowhere you're gonna find fish and chips look like this. Homemade fish and chips made easy by Linden. All right. So we have 2 plated here. You know, once you start eating it, I don't think you need any more seasoning. You don't want to over season it. So remember, if you do find value in this content, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate if all of you know who haven't yet subscribed, just hit that subscribe button for Linden now. And I would appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming on. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you all.